Welcome to a different Social Network Radio for this weekend on the Queen Elizabeth II, age 96, passed away last Thursday. This is on demand. This is pre-recorded love songs, and we're playing our respects to Queen Elizabeth II on Social Network Radio. All shows will be resumed next week. For this week, we are playing some slow songs for Queen Elizabeth and looking back at her life as well. We will have a 1 minute silence before we start. So, let's have that 1 minute silence. Okay, that continues the minute silence. Now we're gonna take a reflect look at the Queen, and starting with the marmalade sandwich of our Jubilee with Panton Bear.
Thank you for having me. I do hope you're having a lovely Jubilee.
Tea?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, terribly sorry.
Never mind.
Oh dear. Perhaps you would like a marmalade sandwich. I always keep one for emergencies.
So do I. I keep mine in here.
Oh.
For later.
The party is about to start, Your Majesty.
Happy Jubilee, ma'am. And thank you for everything.
That's very kind.
that was a look back with Phantom Bear, the moment the Queen shared a moment with Phantom Bear that will be remembered forever and ever. Now we're going to take a look at the Queen's life. We can't look at it, but we can listen to it. Here's an audio of the Queen's life. Only half of it can be listened to because I can't fit it all on. I do apologise. But here we go.
Queen Elizabeth II is one of the longest reigning monarchs in history. Since she came to the throne in 1952, she has met more presidents and potentates than any other head of state. Her reign has witnessed some astonishing changes in Britain and the world. For 60 years, she has tried to make the monarchy more relevant in a changing society. Her personal life has seen much turbulence. The failed marriages of her sister Margaret and 3 of her own 4 children have deeply saddened her. The idyllic royal family image was shattered by divorce and scandal, culminating in the tragic death of Princess Diana in 1997. Public reaction to Diana's death posed the biggest royal crisis since the abdication of Edward VIII in 1936. After Diana, the Queen successfully rebranded and modernised the monarchy while keeping its colourful pageantry intact. The Queen's Diamond Jubilee celebrates her years on the throne and the resurgence of popularity that the monarchy enjoys today. With Prince Charles settled into his second marriage and Prince William also married, the Queen has every reason to believe that the foundations she has laid will endure. The Queen has travelled over 1 million miles and made over 250 foreign visits. In October 2011, she flew to Australia, one of the Commonwealth nations in which she is sovereign. It was her 16th visit to Australia. She was 85, her husband Prince Philip 90. Preserving Britain's links with the Commonwealth remains one of the Queen's most important challenges. Personal visits strengthen bonds and revive old memories. The Queen was 27 when she made a 2-month journey across Australia with Prince Philip in 1954, the year after her coronation. It was a landmark in Australian history, the first visit of a reigning monarch.
I want to tell you all how happy I am to be amongst you and how much I look forward to my journey through Australia.
It was estimated that 1/3 of Australia's entire population turned out in person to greet their young queen. Many still remember that historic visit. Among those greeting the Queen in 2011 was Margaret Cunningham, who, as a young child, presented the Queen with a bouquet of flowers on her first visit to Australia 57 years before.
There is definitely a warmth in her eyes that has been maintained. Yeah, definitely.
Some wonder if the Queen, now 86, will be able to make this long journey again, and whether she'll have to rely on other members of her family to maintain the precious links with Australia and other Commonwealth countries. St Paul's Cathedral was the setting for a service of thanksgiving to mark the Queen's 80th birthday in 2006. The nation's gratitude was expressed by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Rowan Williams.
Birthdays are among the most vivid reminders we can have of our common humanity and our common call to journey through time with each other. So today, Your Majesty, we give thanks with you simply for the gifts of life and experience.
Afterwards, the crowds showed their affection. Just a few years before, Diana's death had caused unprecedented public reaction, but the Queen's efforts to connect more closely with her subjects had made the monarchy popular again. Prince Charles paid this tribute to his mother.
It gives me enormous pride to be able to congratulate her publicly in this way, and to thank her on behalf of us all for the many wonderful qualities which she has brought to almost an entire lifetime of service and dedication.
The divorces of 3 of her 4 children challenged the family image of the Royal House of Windsor. Starting in 1973 with Princess Anne's marriage to Mark Phillips, spectacular royal weddings which promised so much had ended in failure and scandal. No one foresaw the problems that the marriage of Charles, the Prince of Wales, and Lady Diana Spencer in 1981 would bring to the royal family. The marriage of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson in 1986 also failed. On her divorce from Charles in 1996, Diana, Princess of Wales, lost the title Her Royal Highness. But after her death, following a car accident a year later, she was given a royal funeral befitting the mother of a future king. Then, in 2005, Charles married his longtime mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles, in a private civil ceremony. He had married Diana in the splendour of St Paul's Cathedral. To the Queen, his first wedding meant the continuation of the royal line.
I think the day that the Prince of Wales married Lady Diana Spencer was a great day for the Queen. What it was showing that day was that the continuity of her family was being continued in a correct and proper manner. I think there was always a certain amount of concern about Diana, who was really quite young for her years. I think she was happy and satisfied that her son was marrying somebody and they would produce children, and the continuity of the House of Windsor would almost certainly keep going.
Diana became pregnant soon after the wedding. Her problems and illnesses were concealed from the public at first. Shortly after these pictures, Diana threw herself down some stairs at Sandringham, the Queen's Norfolk estate.
The Queen must have known that there were all sorts of problems almost from the word go. So, without us knowing, and she hid this very well, she was aware that Diana was having an incredibly difficult time settling down to married life.
If you want to listen to the rest of that, it is on Social Network Radio DJB Remix on YouTube if you want to watch and listen to the rest of that. Now it's time to play God Save Our King. Don't go anywhere, because some music is up next. Some slow and love songs up next.